Hello, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays for all. This is Pool Money's back on straight pool, how to run rack episode 4. And this time we're gonna have close to the end rail behind the rack break shot somewhere there. Doesn't really matter where it's here. We have the same principle, but close to the rails here or uh, the main thing is we're gonna use the end rail to go in the rack. And as last episode, behind the rack you want to get angled hit to the rack, so the cue ball wants to travel here and get away. I first try to demonstrate what happens if we hit the rack straight on. I forgot to demonstrate that last time, so I just try to do that. So we make the two ball hit pretty hard, but we get middle of the rack, and that's what's gonna happen. And it's gonna be you get stuck there always. The cue ball doesn't have, even if it's coming quite fast, it doesn't have, it's hitting the middle of the mass. There is so many balls, it doesn't have really power to go through them, because you don't have that kind of spin which like getting the cue ball through the rack. So that's why you don't want to hit around 90 degrees to the stack. That's why you want to hit the angle. It's not gonna explode the rack even if you go the angle. There's maybe 5-6 balls coming away, but then it's gonna travel there and towards the middle of the table. Or more accurately, it's gonna come here, somewhere here, it's gonna get here, and normally, depending a little bit the hit, but normally it's coming one rail and towards that side pocket. And that's why you don't wanna hit these too hard, these kind of break shots. And also you don't wanna miss the whole rack. So if you just put a load of low left and the angle is quite flat, you could miss the whole rack like this. So you don't want to miss the whole rack. So that's why if you have flatter angle, you just use somewhat, maybe hair of draw and low English and enough left English to make this happen. You gonna watch the angle here. You gonna try to scratch to the side pocket through the rack and shoot it in. We try to hit that 12-3 and the cue ball coming this way and towards that middle pocket, but not too hard. Okay, we got that what I said, like maybe 6 balls coming away, but we splitted this and the cue ball came. It kind of we get a little bit better result from here than normally, and we got 4 ball and 7 ball good shots to continue. And I see we could start with the 7 ball and go to the rack. Now what I think after the break shot is what I have to do. What's the problem? The problem is right here. We got still the cluster, and then I see what's the best option or only option, or how we gonna deal with that basically. And don't be hasty. Like if I go there right away, send the ball and hit middle of the mass, the 6 gonna stay there, the cue ball, these balls coming away, and we could get frozen to the 6 and get really bad shots or not shot at all. So we wanna get that kind of break shot. We want to make sure we had a shot after we break the rest of the rack. So I'm gonna start with the 7 and try to get the cue ball here. To the position to the 5. So we can now go to the 2 ball and draw with the 2 ball 2 on the stack. It's a lot better, but there's still some danger to get in, like drawing back to the stack to the 2 ball. But if it's hitting the 13 and even if it gets stuck, we have the 9 ball there over the stack. So I think I'm gonna take that. And now I see what kind of angle I want, where the cue ball needs to be to have the right angle. And think the speed. I always, I try to get the cue ball here, but how I try, I just shoot it full follow, and I think what's the speed on the shot. If I, when it's straight in or not near straight in, how to get the speed right to get it here. So if I shoot this really slow, so it drops to the pocket, it's just enough speed, so it drops to the pocket, you're gonna get about 1/6, 1/7 on this kind of shot distance from the on the cue ball when it's trading. So 1/7, like if it like 7 splits here, something like this. So 1/7 it's only here. So if I shoot it really slow, it's gonna get straight in. So I put just a little bit more speed, so the 5 ball have just a little bit more speed left than just drop in the pocket, and it should bring me like 2/7 from that. A little bit speed tip, how to get the rolling cue ball straight in shot. And of course I missed the speed. Yeah, I should take a little bit pause and focus the shot on hand more. It's hard to do when you play and talk so much. Okay, I have cut on here, and I see there's like almost 20-degree cut, maybe 17 something. So I can't keep it here unless I start really cheat the pocket. But why you do that when then you risk for missing? So I'm gonna take my backup plan. It didn't go how I planned, so I'm playing 3, and I could get here. But I'm thinking I'm playing 3, try to get almost straight into the 4, which is quite easy from this angle, and then come towards the 2 on the right angle. Oh, that was bad shot actually. I hit it too much draw. I tried to stun it on the rail here and get the same position, but this was dangerous. I could draw my cue ball to the side pocket. That's that you don't want to take risk and go near the pockets if you can avoid that. So we actually got, because we didn't get the right amount of draw and we didn't get bounce to the rail, so we end up in the wrong angle. So now the cue ball, what I see is coming here, but if I get straight into the 10, I could just stop there and shoot the 2 then. Oh, did I hit it again? Bad speed. So my speed now suffering. I got still too much angle to the 10 to keep to the 2. So now I'm thinking, if I don't use the 2, is there anything else? There is 9 ball here, also possible, and I also could shoot the 14, play 2 cushions here. I kinda like the 14 because if my it's more difficult shot, but it's not difficult for me. But you might try to do shoot the 10, get here to the 2, roll it, and shoot the 9. Get to the 9. Okay, let's play that. On real game, I will shoot the 14, try to get here, and get to the 2, because I know if I shoot it a little bit too hard, then I have the 10 ball, and I still have that same option going to the 2 to the 9. But we're gonna take a little bit easier cut and shoot the 10, try to leave almost straight in 2. Oops, almost missed that shot, and that's why we shoot that too thin. That's why the cue ball went way too far. Oh, we're gonna struggle this one. Okay, I just try to draw and go close to 14 and use the 14 to get finally, maybe I can now finally get the break shot here. So now I need to be precise. I don't have any more backup balls, so now I need to get, it's like almost half the distance what the 14 has to the pocket. So I think the speed, and I cheated a little bit the pocket. I went just a tiny bit, little bit too far. I'm not sure what I can do. Here was perfect. I went one ball with too far, but it was not, I didn't have margin of error here. So that's why you want to come this way if possible, on this angle. But now we got like sideways to that, then you need more precise speed control. So I think we got a little bit thinner than half ball hit. And cues. Okay. If I shoot this really slow, I think I'm gonna clip the one ball, and the one ball hit into the 6 and coming out. 6 or one ball coming out, but let's see. It might be I don't get that clip. Okay, we got that clip now, and we actually get perfectly to the break shot from the one ball. So, but this is getting tricky. But it's because I'm playing bad. So many times when you play, it might be like this. You don't have the speed control, and you just try to keep up hanging there and get it done. You have to go multiple backup plans. It happens even the best. The pro players are better to overcome them than amateur players. Amateur players, it's often ends the run in the long run, but the pro players hang there a lot better and they get finally the job done. And I had this kind of run, like I made yesterday 106 ball run. It was like whole run. It was this kind of. I just made the balls, didn't miss, and got 106. Then I made 84 today and 112 after that. They were clean runs. No, not so bad play as this one. But I made 3 really nice runs in the row, so I'm happy. We try to get almost straight into the 50, 2 rails, so we could float, go to in these balls or get high English there, depending what kind of angle we have. I kinda like trying to split those balls because that slowly, because that could give us break shot 6 or 11, but it's gonna have the risk I don't get shot after this, but it's gonna be risky anyway, no matter how I play this. So I try to do that. I'm kinda thinking if I go 12 first, then 11, do I have more chances or do I have like extra chances how I try to do that? Because I don't like this. I don't like this, but I think I need to do that. We get that 6 there and we got shot to the 11, but it's gonna be tricky one over the 12 unless we shoot the 12. But it's gonna be hard cut with the bridge. But I think that's the only chance what I have now, because if I shoot the 11 to the side, it's slightly easier. But the cue ball control over the ball and get into the 12, it's not gonna happen. So we try to shoot the right shot where we have chances to make and get us next shot, get the cue ball a little bit more control. So I'm gonna shoot it fairly fast and trying to come Here 4 rails. And if I don't land cool to the 11, I could still shoot the 6-2. Okay. I went farther away what I expected I can shoot, but this was perfect. This was actually really lucky. I got nice shot to the side pocket, which gives me carom angle about here, and I can probably come on this route 1 rail here or 2 rails route here. Depend what kind of cut I have. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going a little bit inside and 1 rail position towards the 6. As you see, we get perfect. We are good here, here to here. So we had like huge margin of error on our break shot, and we actually landed perfectly. Okay, sorry about the quality of the run now, but we got it done. I I don't have time to film this again, so I just came out and shoot it one time. I had to do it so I can post it today. But anyway, next time, next couple of times, I'm gonna have a little bit fun and let's gonna shoot couple of episode of mm, run save break shots where you end up wrong angle. I'm gonna teach how to break the rack from straight in, straight in when you try to get here, but you end up straight in. How you could still make the run continue, maybe the safety option there too. So if you like this one, be sure subscribe, be back, leave like, share, all that same shit as everybody else asks. But yeah, that's gonna help. And happy New Year also if we don't see before that.